About 2 months ago, a viewer by the name of Rhonda requested for some assistance in coming up with an idea or concept for her winter Wonderland wedding. Well, today, Rhonda, here is your video, and it is my hope that you will be able to garner some inspiration here as you put your final look together for your special day. Stay tuned. For this project, you will need one Manzanita branch in the color white. You will also need four 4-inch glass candle holders. You will need 4 shot glasses. You will need one of these submersible LED color changing lights. You will need 1 pack each of purple and silver Christmas ornaments. You will need white floral tape. You will need 1 floating candle dish. You will also need 1 14-inch foam wreath form and flowers in the colors of your choice. Our color scheme today is purple and white. You will also need 1 can of Krylon Seaglass Ruby spray paint, as well as 1 roll of ribbon, any ribbon of your choosing. Of course, you will need 4 tapered candles, crystal garlands of your choice, and I have topped mine off with these glass crystal prismatic spheres. And of course, you will need your handy dandy tools. Let's get crafting. So the first thing that we're going to have to do is build up our foundation. And to do this, we are going to use our floating candle dish as well as this 20-inch glass vase that I neglected to show you in the supply video. Now, to affix these 2 glass pieces together, we are going to use our Gorilla Glue 2-part epoxy simply to go around the brim of the bottom of the floating candle dish. And once we have gotten that glue all the way around, spreading it out evenly and making sure that we're not using too much, because even though this glue is going to dry clear, we do not want it to be too goopy so that it will take longer than the recommended 10 or 15 minutes to set. And so once we have gotten that glue all around the brim of the bottom of that bowl, we are going to take our 20-inch tall glass vase and set it atop that candle dish. Now, what you're seeing me doing here, of course, is trying to find my center. And in using the Gorilla epoxy, you have at least 5 minutes before it really sets, and those pieces can't be moved again. So I'm just making sure that I am going to level to ensure that this piece is leveled, and not only leveled but centered where I need it to be. And now that I'm making just a few adjustments, I will check my level again, and perfect. So I'm just gonna set this aside to allow it to dry, and then we will move on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this ribbon, and I found this beautiful ribbon at Hobby Lobby, and I loved it because to me it just showed the beauty of the winter Wonderland, and with the wispy fringes around that centerpiece. And so now all we're going to do with this is we are going to, well, I am going to use hot glue gun. If you're using this for an event, or if you'd like this ribbon to be permanently attached to your vase, you would probably go in with your E6000 glue or a fabric glue, but I am using my hot glue because of course by the time I'm finished with this, I'm going to take all of this down, and I don't want that ribbon to be attached permanently. And as you can see, I'm just going in small increments, using that middle stripe as my glue conductor, my glue strip, where I'm going to put that glue so that I can glue it to my vase. And I'm just going to do this until I get all the way around. I'm going to cut off any excess that there is, and then I'm going to repeat this process on the top or by the mouth of the vase as well. So now that we are waiting for our vases and our ribbon to dry or to set them in place, we are going to prepare our Manzanita branch. And to do this, we are going to use some hydrangea heads to break up the starkness and the wintry look of this branch. And to do this, what we're going to do is we're simply going to affix these heads, or attach them rather, to our branch using our white floral tape. And of course, the reason why we're using white floral tape as opposed to green or even black is because we want that branch to look seamless. We don't want our guests to see where this hydrangea flower is going to be attached to this branch. And so all I'm doing here is just finding my starting point. It can be a little tricky to start, but once you get a start that attaches the hydrangea head to the branch, it is simply a matter of just continuing and going around with that tape so that that hydrangea head will be secured to that branch. And the beauty of this floral tape is such that the more you handle it and the more warmth it gets from your hand, the more sticky or the more adhesive it becomes. And so I'm just going to continue this process until I'm sure that that hydrangea head is not going to go anywhere. And then once I am, I'm just going to break that tape, press down, maybe twist a little bit that floral tape to make sure that it is a seamless look. And then I'm going to continue the process with the other 8 or so heads that I have, and I'll be back to show you what it looks like. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to prepare our candlesticks. And I was asked in another video when I featured this in my intro and my outro how to create these candlesticks. And to do so is of course very easy. What you're going to need is a 4-inch glass candle holder from the Dollar Tree and one of those shot glasses. And those shot glasses, usually you would see them in a pack of 3 or in a pack of 4. And to join these two things together, after you have spray painted them the color of your choosing, it is only a matter of using our Gorilla Glue epoxy and adjoining or affixing those two pieces together. Once you have placed them where you need them to be, and of course leveled them to ensure that your piece is leveled, set them to dry and they will be ready in about 10 to 15 minutes. So now what we're going to do is we are going to be creating our wreath of flowers. And really and truly, this is a simple process. All we are going to do is we are going to take our flowers and place them in that wreath in whatever pattern you decide to do. And I have chosen to do 4 corners, east, west, north, and south. And in the middle, where you can see that I have left some space, I am going to place in that space an ivory hydrangea head. So I'm going to complete, or rather repeat this process going all the way around my styrofoam form until I get to the other side. And then once I have gotten all the way around, all I will do is, using whatever flowers I have left over, fill in any blank spaces. Of course, I will have to, or you will have to, or we will have to fill in on the inside as well, so that there will not be any green showing as far as your guests are concerned. So now that we have created our floral wreath, what we are going to do now is we are going to have some fun. And what we're going to do now is we're going to place our plastic Christmas ornaments inside of our vase. Let me say that again, my darlings, plastic. Please, 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 please. We are not using glass ornaments to do this. And of course, you will see why in a few minutes. And just placing these balls in there in whichever pattern you like, whether it's more silver, you want to see more silver, or purple, you want to see more purple. Just continue to place them until you reach 3/4 of the way up. And when you do get to 3/4 of the way up, this is when we are going to take our Manzanita branch to place it in that vase. Because that branch does not have a stand and will not be able to stand on its own, what we're going to do is we are going to use those Christmas ornaments to give us the friction or the force that we need to have that branch stand up. So as you can see, I'm forcing that branch down into that vase, and then I'm taking my shatterproof plastic ornaments and I'm forcing them down in that vase. Once I have forced them down, one on either side, then I will place one in the front, one in the back, and then I will continue the process, ensuring that that branch will go nowhere. And here it is. We are just continuing until we get to the very top. And once we have done so, that part of the project is complete. So now that we have gotten our Manzanita branch to stand up in our vase, all it is now a matter of finishing our project is placing our crystal garlands randomly throughout our branch. And to do this, if you notice, these branches have, of course, these little itsy bitsy branches that you can attach things to. And all I'm doing is finding the ones that are long enough and slanted at a higher angle enough so that these crystal garlands will hang securely. Now, if you'd like, you are free to maybe place some hot glue on the rings so that as people get up and move and shift and the table maybe bumps into the table, these crystal garlands will not fall off. But really and truly, it may not be necessary. So once you have placed your crystal garlands, it is now only a matter of setting the table, cleaning up any glue fronds that may still be left over from where we used our hot glue gun. And so I'm going to go ahead and clean this, set the table, and then I'll be right back to show you what it looks like. And there you have it, my darlings, our 4-foot tall Winter Wonderland wedding centerpiece, complete with an array of purples, lilacs, creams, cranberry red, white Manzanita branches, and crystal garlands that will be sure to reflect all of the light that is going to be present at this wedding. Isn't it beautiful? I think my favorite part on this piece is the white branch and how those purple hydrangea heads make a stark contrast in comparison to that branch. Whenever we think about winter, we think about bare trees, we think about bare plants, and yes, we do have this concept here, but in addition to that, we also have pops of purple flowers completing that look. Our candle holders add an additional layer of color, breaking up, if you will, some of the monotony of the purple and the silver, and presents just the right touch of additional color to set off this beautiful centerpiece as well as this tablescape. So Rhonda, it is my hope that you were able to gain inspiration from what we have done here from you. I would be honored. It would be my pleasure to know that any part of this or this entire centerpiece idea would make it with you on your special day. My darlings, please let's take a moment out of our busy day to congratulate Rhonda on this next step in her life. And of course, if any of you have found value in this video, kindly be sure to give it a thumbs up as well as leave me a comment in the comment section below. What would you have changed? What would you have done differently? Would this centerpiece have been tall enough for you? Would you need it to be shorter? I would just love to hear from you. To my Danny's darlings, I want you guys to know that I appreciate all of the love, the kindness, the warm words, the questions, the suggestions. Please know that you are appreciated. To those of you who may not yet be a Danny's darling, we would like to encourage you to kindly think about joining our ever-growing community of DIYers, where every week we learn from each other and we craft together. Of course, my loves, and as usual, the motto of this channel is why buy when you can DIY? And I think that we have made a stunning showpiece here today. My loves, as usual and as always, it has been a pleasure working with you guys today. And I say to you this, until next time, please be well. Please take care of yourselves for me. Know that I love you all. Bye now.